Hello.
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 Every Rush song.
On certain nights when the J Ray's all right and the Shane is a slender crescent, Tim Shirkle shows in a ghostly glow, and every Rush song essence. You like that one?
Nice.
How about that one? You like that
yes.
one? How about that one?
That one. Can you do it again next week?
No.
Yeah.
Can you do it last week?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Can't wait to
I'm
hear
looking
that.
forward to last week.
Earthshine. Tip.
Yeah.
I'm under the impression that this is one of your favorite.
It is absolutely Earthshine is my favorite song from the album.
Well, look who's
Yeah.
jumped the gun on favorite songs of the album.
Yeah, it's Earthshine.
Can I ask you a question, Tim?
The question I'm sure is going to be why.
No, the question is, does it go like this? Fade.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting good at that.
You are, and man, you're right, Tim. That is your favorite song of the album.
It is. Yes. I concur. Yeah.
Follow-up question. Why? Why do I always go to the Tim when I'm going to ask a
Well,
when I'm pretending
because
to be a
Shane, this song has everything that we all agree upon why Rush is so great. And it's also got all the stuff that you don't necessarily care for in Rush songs. So therefore, it's the greatest. It's got a hard rock opening guitar riff.
check.
It's got killer bass line. It's got really, really good drum playing. It's got
Check.
tempo. I mean, not tempo, but time signature change galore in this
Does
song.
it ever?
It's got a great chorus. It's got great verses. And we get Getty O's and Getty Do's and Getty Oo's in this song.
Gotta love it.
And to me, probably my favorite, and I'm not talking about the Getty do's and do's and oohs and ahs. I'm talking about the harmony parts on this. Is probably some of my favorites that they've done.
I wish I could.
And that's why it's not a crazy long song. It jams. Look, it jams with everything that they've got.
It jams.
Getty's bass, Neil's drums, Alex's electric and acoustic guitar jamming all together at the same time.
Stick.
It's
Voice got very high.
Yeah, it did. And this
He's
song
excited.
to me
Excited right now.
and I was extremely excited about this, that they played it on the Vapor Trails tour, but it's also one of those songs that I thought after that tour they wouldn't do it again, but they did on the R30 tour. So, boom, way to go, Rush. You made
Very
this
nice.
band extremely happy. It's just a great song.
It is.
And of course it is.
I've got some observations, some general observations.
General observations. So I jumped the gun, didn't I?
A little bit,
Get
but
there.
it's okay.
We'll get there.
I took my time with it. Well, first of all, one must ask oneself, Earthshine, what is Earthshine? You may ask.
I was
Well,
going to ask.
I'm glad you did. Earthshine is a double reflection that occurs when sunlight bounces off of the moon onto the earth, but the earth bounces it right back at the moon. So on certain nights when the angles are right and the moon is a slender crescent, aka crescent moon, you can see light that was bounced off the earth. A beacon in the night. I can raise my eyes to Earthshine. Earthshine, but you're out of reach.
I think you went a little long on that, but
I didn't I?
I mean, it's just
Is
yeah.
it is this a love song, or is it a song about loss, or is it a song about loss and love and loss and loved?
Mm.
I don't
Is it
think it's
I have
is it a
D,
song
any of
about
the above.
moons?
I have notes.
Oh,
I
please, somebody give me some notes.
Yeah, Shane, go ahead with your notes.
By the way, what does
No.
this song even sound like? I haven't heard it.
Haven't you?
No.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about our fake intro at the beginning.
Yeah.
I was
it's
actually
okay.
going to leave that in. My intent was to leave in my intro and then go to Tim's, but now it's not going to be there. There's going to be the Tim intro, and I'm
Oh.
just going to cut it. So maybe I'll put it on somewhere where I'm going to
Mm.
put it behind the paywall.
Ladies and gentlemen,
There's no paywall.
welcome to Behind the Curtain, every Rush song.
And there's like in the guitar.
Yes. Now I don't
So
understand.
awesome.
I don't understand why Neil went a little racist with that last line. A Jew out of reach. I mean, for crying out loud, Getty's right there.
It's well, and he can't reach him because he's behind the kit. But actually, the line is jewel out of
Jewel.
reach. Tim.
Okay.
Yes.
Not Jew.
Jewel
Okay.
out of reach.
Woo.
Yes. Glad we can clarify that.
Just to
for
let
you.
everybody know out there, I was just making a funny. Okay, I knew that it was Jewel. Getty is Jewish. Why would I do that?
No. Also, Tim's not a bigot.
Nope.
Look to the other tab. Look at my notes. Bring
We would
that
like to mention here
awkward
every Rush song,
to
the opinions of every Rush song do
To
not
fade.
necessarily reflect the opinions of every Rush song.
So do you know who was the first person to catalog the Earthshine?
It was, I don't remember the guy's name. It was
Really?
a certain,
How could you?
it's a certain person the French call, I don't know what.
Mhm.
And it was done in 1945.
Ooh, that's good.
Leonardo
right?
da Vinci.
I'm way off.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll put a link if I remember.
So
I'll put
1944.
a link in the show notes because he's got a pretty school catch. He's got a pretty school catch. Where am I? He's got a pretty cool sketch of Leonardo, by the way. We go way back of an Earthshine. It's pretty cool. I'll put a link so you can check that out.
Please.
Leonardo thought that the reflection was off of the oceans, but as we have learned with science, supposedly, it's a reflection off the clouds.
Word.
Yeah, clouds. So the brightness of the Earthshine will depend on the cloud cover. How much sunlight is reflecting off the Earth onto the sun, and onto the moon depends on the cloud cover, and that'll determine how bright the shine is.
But
So,
wait,
Tim?
hang on, explain that to me.
Does there
Let's
need to be more cloudy? In other words,
Look, let's let's pretend that I don't know anything about math or science or physics or biology,
Wait,
Or reading or writing,
grammar.
grammar,
so let me get this straight. We're
punctuations.
pretending.
Yeah, we're just going to pretend this.
Okay, we're gonna pretend that. Okay.
What
Okay.
if when like I'm up very early in the morning, Monday through Friday,
Uh-huh.
driving into work.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
We've already had the full moon. It's a beautiful clear sky here in North Texas, and I see the moon in its slender crescent, but you can make out the outline
I can make
of
out.
the moon.
Yes.
But
Sorry.
how if you're saying it's a reflection from the clouds
Mhm.
clouds from Earth
Earth.
as a whole.
As a whole, not necessarily
Okay.
from. So chances are, this is just
So
me kind of
basically
thinking
you're
this.
saying that on the whole, preparation H is good. Thank you. I'm here all week.
So I'm just kind of thinking this through based on what you have caused my mind to go through, Tim. If more cloud cover on the Earth in general, not necessarily where the viewer of Earthshine is, more cloud cover, general cloud cover in general didn't work that time.
Earth in general.
You know what? This is actually a private joke between Jay and me. Private joke. Okay.
Sorry, I forgot.
Try. I couldn't tell you laughing enough. All right. So if it's
I'm
brighter,
a major pain. Major pain.
major pain. Damn it, I missed it. If it's brighter when there's more cloud cover, right? A brighter earth shine means that fewer people are going to be able to see it because it's going to be cloudy in more places. Is that right? I think so.
I think you're full of shit.
Okay, Tim,
Yes.
do not look behind you. Please don't look behind you, but there is a giant purple dragon right behind you, and he's holding what looks to be a pina colada in a coconut cup.
Oh, my worst fears come true.
Yes. The
Somebody
coconut.
save me. Somebody save me.
Hey, you know what?
Somebody say
If a dragon brings you a pineapple, you eat it and you thank that dragon.
No, he's
That's my
not bringing
motto.
me a pineapple. He's bringing me a coconut, a drink in a coconut shell. And I say, I'm going to party with that dude.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the you and me together, forget about it.
Forget about it.
One last fun fact. Earthlight, I'm reading this from Wikipedia. Earthlight on the moon during the waxing crescent is called the old moon in the moon's arms, while during the waning crescent is called the new moon in the old moon's arms.
That
It was
doesn't
more
make
interesting when I
sense.
read it than when I said it. So
Do you think that the late great Neil Peart, God rest his soul, knew all this about Earthshine when he
yes,
wrote the song?
Yeah.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
That's- I
well,
mean,
he
doesn't
he's a
everybody?
he was a very learned man. Learned.
Yes.
And he does mention it once in Ghost Rider. It's in one of the letters to Brutus, and he just says that he's talking about early in the morning and he saw Earthshine.
Yeah.
So he knew. He knew. I think that we're
Cool.
pretty much the only people who did heard of it until just us.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
a Canadian thing.
We're special.
No, but
Only
every
from that
time,
point.
every time when I see that moon in a slender crescent, I pop Earthshine on. That's right, baby.
As you should, sir.
because
should.
because it's wonderful. You know, I mean, I never really paid that much attention, and I love his lyrics. He, basically comparing himself to the moon and the way it looks, I guess you would say.
I wouldn't.
Would you?
Maybe I see a faint reflection,
I
pale
would.
facsimile.
Right. Pale
like what others see.
facsimile when they look in my direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look in my eyes. Yes.
Now, knowing his religious views, towards the end of that little mixture of words,
Okay. Okay. All right.
I
mean,
used to think, you know what, this could be a nice little Christian song right there. My borrowed face and my third hand grace only reflect your glory. The Bible says we're created in the image of God. Our borrowed face. The issue is the third hand grace. I'm not really
Yeah.
sure about the third hand grace, but the only reflect your glory. Yeah. But
Right.
again, it's not. But it could be. But
Yeah.
I love that. I just love this song. I love the song.
Tim, do you love this song?
I love the song.
Okay.
Failed bit.
First, Tim,
Yes.
I hate to disappoint you about the third hand grace thing, but I figured it out.
Yeah.
I solved it.
I'm
Yeah.
disappointed.
I solved it.
Okay.
And we'll get to
Spit it
that.
out,
We'll get
Mr.
to it later.
Know-it-all.
We'll get to it
Then
later.
why bring it up now?
I'm teasing. Package, buddy. Package. They got to stick through. We want you to stick through and see all of our bad jokes.
They want you to come back after the break, after that commercial break.
But Tim, so yeah, that is a good point. I went to a church here, the big church in Grapevine. I don't remember the name of it.
Fellowship.
Yeah, Fellowship Church once, and they played "Learning to Fly." The church, I guess I don't know if you call it a praise and worship. I think they're more of a rock band than a praise and worship band.
Yeah.
They played "Learning to Fly" by the Foo
Yeah.
Fighters. My guess is they probably
Oh, it wasn't
use
Tom
a lot
Petty's
of
version?
like secular song. No, it was the same lyrics as the. They didn't change anything.
Yeah.
They had a
No,
pretty,
I
good-
said,
Learning to fly,
yeah, I thought it was Tom
learning to
Petty's
fly.
version.
No.
Yeah.
The Foo Fighters "Learning to
Okay.
Fly."
Foo Fighters
You know
fly. Foo Fighters fly.
Exactly how it goes. But this could be a religious song, Tim. It could be. Reading through it.
I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, he
I
had to
just
have been
wasn't sure.
questioning some of that, right? While he's going through this.
Well,
Kind of
I don't
wondering,
think
hey,
in this song. I don't think it in this song, but
well, not necessarily this song, but like he's working through his grief throughout. This entire album reflects that.
and I've got a lot to say, especially in the next episode. How
oh, do you?
yes, how
I almost corrected him, said round.
how in some of Neil's lyrics, he's almost preaching right out from the Bible.
Interesting.
However, and I'm not talking about "and the meek shall inherit the earth." Okay, I'm not talking about that. All right,
Yeah.
but yeah, a part of this right here. I mean, it makes perfect sense on that from a religious point of view.
Right.
It makes sense to me.
I think
But-
that he. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, but it wasn't on a religious intent from him. He's talking about what we actually see with the moon and the earth and the sun and Mars. God rest the rovers.
Rovers. Oh,
Um,
God rest the ropers.
uh,
He said, "God rest the ropers."
no.
What happened to
from-
the ropers?
Three's Company. Those ropers.
Yes.
Norman Fowler.
Stanley.
I loved it. I love when he would say something. He would do
Yeah.
I was trying to remember. I was looking for an excerpt where I had mentioned something. Excerpts from the book, but I can't find it. So
I was looking for
Never mind.
excerpts.
I was trying to decide
from
if
the
that
book.
was from Ghost Rider, from the Ghost Rider book. to see if he
Well,
said
you
something
said you
else.
had to
But
figure out.
no.
Do you know what the line "and my third hand of grace" would be? You know what that would be about?
Yeah, I mean, but that's like 3 pages down into my notes. You want me to spoil it now?
Oh, get on with it.
3
Okay,
pages.
I'll jump to
God.
that. We'll forget everything we
No,
learned about
just
radio.
go through your notes then, and then
Let's move on to
surprise us
chapter
with the
2 now,
end.
shall we?
Move on to chapter 3. Okay. So have you did y'all want to talk about what you think it's about or anything like the meaning of the song before I just completely ruin everything for you? Oh,
I
boy.
would rather have it ruined.
Jay hadn't even started. He's already bored.
I want to know what the song means to Tim, other than it being his favorite song on the album.
That's all you need to know.
Tim doesn't
I mean,
usually get into him as
Have
much
to
as
explain.
I don't. I really don't. I mean, obviously, the opening lyrics, he actually talking about the moon
yes.
and what you see in this Earthshine event.
Agreed.
You know. Now, when you get to the second verse,
What's he
I
talking
think
about?
I think he's starting to come. I mean, I don't know if I want to
Huh?
use the word compare himself to.
A metaphor. It's a
I
metaphor.
mean, yeah, I guess he's trying to metaphor himself in a triaxle kind of bilingual way.
And
Okay.
what is a metaphor when you think about it, you know?
Absolutely nothing. Good God, y'all.
Y'all.
Wow, there was a lot of answers I thought we were going to get, and that wasn't it. So well played.
Thank you for listening to another exciting episode of Rush for Dummies. I mean, sorry, Dummies Who Love Rush.
Yeah, that was along the same lines of what I was thinking, Tim.
Yeah, me too. Whatever you guys just said.
Well, I too love this song, and I don't know if it's because of all the moon references, because it's about the moon, right?
There's a moon.
And then all those things that Tim said with how it rocks. I love the melodies. I love the riffs. I love the harmonies. I love all of it. Okay, so Neil using this phenomenon, another metaphor for his song.
Phenomenon.
And like Tim said, comparing himself to it.
Phenomenon.
But I think this, I can't think of a better metaphor. I can't think of a better song.
Sorry.
This might be my favorite. I mean, Vital
Really?
Signs, a metaphor for the human condition is up there. I really like Break the Surface Tension from, what's that song called? Grand Designs.
Yeah.
But this one too, this one's right up there. The whole imagery and the way he does this comparison. I have heard a lot of people describe this song as being depressing, another downer.
Well,
do y'all agree with that?
Okay. It is with the line, pale facsimile, like what others see when they look in my direction. Okay, because when you think about what are you seeing in Earthshine, you're seeing a very, very small piece of the moon that is shining through. The darkness or the paleness is the rest of the moon. And he's saying that's what other people see when they look at him. More of not a bright, shiny figure, but there's more, I can see you, but you're darkened, you're gray, you're it takes a negative tone to me with that.
You're there,
Okay.
not there. You're
Right.
a reflection of yourself. Maybe of who you once were. You pale by, you're not quite you.
Because he's saying a pale facsimile. He's not
Right.
saying a facsimile. No.
Facsimile, so
Right.
happy
A
and glee.
pale. And so
Yeah.
what do you when somebody says, "Hey, Shane, you're looking really pale," that typically means you're looking down, you're looking sick, unhealthy,
Yeah.
Ashen,
you know?
Pale Rider.
Ashen.
What's the verse about the Pale Rider? I don't remember it. It's the verse about the Pale Rider from
Pale Rider.
Yeah. Anyway, some Revelation, I think, something about the Pale Rider. Should have looked that up, but I didn't think about it until Tim mentioned it. So I
Did
think
you
it depends then. Oh, yes, Jay.
Oh no, I was going to ask. You said Pale Rider,
Yeah,
Pall.
Pale Rider, because there's the Clint East, the movie with Clint Eastwood was based on this reference in scripture, something about a Pale Rider, and there's also a reference to it in Tombstone, but I can't remember the verse. Johnny Red knew it because he was a
I
Jew.
think this fourth pale horse was the personification of death,
Oh,
with
Yes.
Hades following. it.
Right. Part of
Jaws
the
open
four
and
horsemen.
receiving the victim slain by death.
Mhm.
Death's commission was to kill upon the Roman earth with all of the four judgments of God, with sword, famine, pestilence, and wild beasts.
wow. Well, that's a tangent there, isn't it? And I tricked you into going on it. Victory is mine. Well, I think it depends on whether or not the song is about Jackie or about Carrie. Now, if it's about Jackie, then he is talking about the loss and how he's nothing compared to what she was or any of that. But if it's about Carrie, then it's like a really sweet love song. I'm going to read from Ghost Rider, Travels on the Healing Road, from page 456. The song Vapor Trail was also one of the first lyrics I wrote for the project. For the first few songs I worked on necessarily had some philosophical and emotional baggage to sort through. Songs like Sweet Miracle and Earthshine reflected the joy of my new life. And then I moved on to less personal, more conceptual themes.
But I don't think Earthshine is about Carrie. I think it's in his travels and him seeing, maybe the Earthshine is something we've all seen it. And we've seen it at least 12 times in our life, right?
I counted at least 13. There's
Okay.
one time I saw half of it. So
Right.
13 and a
So-
half.
But maybe it was something that he saw. I've seen it, but I've never really paid attention to it. Oh, okay, it's the new moon, but now when
I
I
like the
see
old
it,
one better. Yeah.
yeah, man, bring back the old moon. It was full and stuff.
Didn't
But
have
now-
a roof
but
or
now-
anything.
But now when I see it, yes, I think of my favorite band. I think of one of my favorite songs, my favorite song from the Vapor Trails
Strangiato?
album.
Oh, yeah. That's what we're talking. Right.
And I think that's what I think that was it. Maybe he actually experienced it while on the road. He's writing and he's looking and he's like, wow, you can make out the entire moon but you only see that small little slender crescent of it, but you can see the whole outline. How awesome is that?
It is pretty awesome.
That's what I think.
So,
I
when-
don't know. I wasn't a pen pal of Neil Peart.
Oh, yeah, that was our
He
friend
never
David.
told me. Well, yeah.
He didn't run stuff by you, did he?
What?
No. He should have.
I don't think you're wrong. It's a song. So, he intended it to mean different things.
Because
to different
if he
people.
had run stuff by me, I would have told him, Neil, in your drum solo on what would be your farewell tour, and you pretty much knew that at the time, you gotta bring the famous cowbell part back to your drum solo. We've been missing it for the last few tours. Bring it back, please.
Yes.
But anywho.
Well, Tim,
So Shane,
you failed us.
when you mentioned Pale Rider and Revelations, it made me
Revelation.
think of Revelation.
Thank you.
It made me
Tim the
think
Revelator.
of a line that's from Revelation, but it's from a Johnny Cash song called
Oh
the man comes around.
man
And it's the
comes
very last line, and it's a spoken line. And he says, "And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse. And his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him."
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's
Preach
another
it.
line from Tombstone.
Preach it, brother Jay. Preach it, brother
Yeah.
Jay.
Can I get a witness?
I man.
Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness?
Rash.
I think that this song also, and I think this can go either way, points out one of the things that we all admire and respect about Neil was very humble, right? But I don't think I think he realized that how good he was. He wasn't one of those people that, I mean, he always tried to get better. He even still took drum lessons very late in his career. But I think he knew that he was one of the best at the time, probably ever.
Well, he
But his
had nothing
drumming,
to prove to
his
anyone
lyrics.
but himself.
But he never, that didn't mean anything. It didn't make him better in any way than any other person.
Right.
It just meant, yeah, okay, I'm really good at this one thing, but I'm still just another
But I'm
piece
from
of genetic
Canada.
blends out here.
I'm from Canada and I can't ice skate. I mean, seriously.
That's a good point.
That's not a good thing growing up as a young Canadian boy not to be able to ice skate, I mean, when really all you got to live for is the next Triumph release and ice hockey.
Triumph. Love Triumph. When are we going to do every Triumph song? Never.
Never.
Okay. So, do you want to do music parts first? Or?
I would, yes. And I would like to start with something. And I told you about this, I think, Shane, a couple of weeks ago.
I would have ignored that a long time.
Yeah. I'm going to go off on somebody and I do not remember the name. And so that's good. But I did watch a YouTube.
MeTube? Just kidding.
No, a YouTube.
No. Okay.
Some guy with his little
just a YouTube, not a video or anything. You just watched a YouTube.
Yeah, I just watched a YouTube on,
All right.
and this guy it was his reaction to Rush's Earthshine. Okay. So you get to listen to the song and he stops and he's making points here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he says he's a bass player, but he had a huge issue with Geddy's bass playing in this song, that he was basically playing rhythm guitar along with Alex.
Okay.
And that he should be doing more of a bass guitar part. I don't remember your name. I don't know if your little YouTube episodes are popular or they complete failures. They should be failures after I saw that one, because you don't know anything about Jack, bucko. Have you heard any other Rush songs? How about Bastille Day? Geddy is playing the exact same part that Alex is playing. He does it a lot. The bass part that Geddy does in Earthshine makes this song kick more ass than you could ever think of in your entire pathetic YouTube podcasting life. So get a life. I bet you the only songs on the bass that you could play probably come from the first two AC/DC albums where you only have to hit the open E.
Wow.
Damn.
And I would take it one step further. I mean, if you're saying he needed to play more bass, like a bass guitar, tell me what the part would sound like, buddy. How did that sound?
Yeah. That just happened. That just happened.
And instead of him going do 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 do, he would just be going do 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 do.
Yeah.
No. You don't know jack about nothing. Okay. Get off of YouTube. Just stop it. And I'm going to invite you, if you are a Patreon of every Rush song, I'm going to invite you to never listen to our podcast again. Go somewhere else for your Rush podcast.
But if you would please go follow All Things Travel and Beer Thursday.
And Beer Thursday.
And eventually we will get you
Seriously,
favorite,
that is one of the most
yeah.
moronic things I've ever heard in my life. He needs to be playing more of a bass line.
I am actually dumber for having heard what he
Right.
just said.
May God have mercy on your soul.
Coincidentally enough, that's also what I can play on bass.
No. You played a killer bass line on Fall in Love Again.
I want to never again.
Did I?
Doom,
Yeah.
Did I?
doom. Did it go like this? Doom, 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 doom. Did it go like that?
No, it did not, Jay.
No, he didn't know how to play the Pines of Rome on the bass.
Did he really?
No, he
Ooh, that would be awesome. Next time we
That would
next
be
time we have a
awesome.
band,
that
we
would be
are
awesome.
definitely
We'll totally do
rocking
that the next
fourth
time we have a
movement
band.
of the
Yeah,
Pines
the
of
next
Rome.
time we have
Shout
a
out to
band,
Respighi.
Yeah, for sure.
Respighi, Pines of Rome, rock and roll.
Okay, I think we're about 40 minutes into this.
Are we really?
And Evan, I
Golly.
think we are like 35. Can we make this 2 parts?
I mean, we can.
Can we make it
Yeah,
2 parts?
I
Okay.
say we make it 2 parts
Okay.
because this song
Yeah.
rocks.
Yeah.
This song
This
deserves
is like Harry Potter,
8 parts.
Deathly Gallows. Like it's like
Deathly Hallows.
that's what I meant.
I've heard it both ways. If there is a song that's not on Moving Pictures that's worthy of 2 or 3 episodes. What happened?
I've heard it both ways.
Oh, it's definitely no, I mean it's Earthshine. So all right. Well,
No. It's Callows with a K.
definitely Gallows. Like Calloway Cemetery. Duh. I mean, all right. Well, yes, come back because next week, part 2 of Earthshine, we're gonna play some of our favorite parts of the song. And Shane, is gonna reveal what third hand grace means. According to him. That's right. That's right.
I'm so excited. I could just
careful.
Just be
Careful.
excited.
Thank you.
I'm very excited.
Subscribe so that you hear it next week or follow whatever your podcast app does. Email us. Tell us what you think I'm going to say next week. 2112@everyrushsong.com. Follow us. Follow us on the soch. Drink too much beer. At Every Rush Song. Tim, if we were to awkwardly end this first 2-parter, how would we do it?
Okay. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. We're going to take a 20-minute break for a little brain surgery.